the Armed Forces provides amazing training.
I think about veterans as people who have already figured out how to serve.
My military skills have been essential.
Hiring veterans is a great business case. They're the best employees we have. They're flexible, hardworking, and they're used to a global workplace.
If that isn't an asset to any company, I don't know what is.
Hiring America, the award-winning television job fair for American veterans. Connecting you with companies who know your value. Learn about employers who are actively hiring today and organizations that support veterans. Your future success starts right here on Hiring America.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television series that helps military veterans find jobs and meaningful careers. I'm Lauren Wanko. Today we're doing something different, dedicating our show to the Commonwealth of Virginia. Their governor, Terry McAuliffe, has made it his mission to help veterans find employment and eradicate veteran homelessness. Their success has been tremendous. USA Today rated Virginia Beach as the #1 best city for veterans to live in the nation, while Alexandria and Arlington, Virginia were rated #1 and 2 for medium-sized cities. So why are so many Virginia cities favorable to veterans? The median income and veteran unemployment rates are as low as 0.4% in some areas. Virginia's economy is also spurred by a high population of military bases, some of which are the most well-known and well-kept in the world, such as the Pentagon and Arlington Cemetery. There are also so many non-military federal government contractors, and there are thriving entrepreneurs and startups in every industry imaginable. Besides offering great career opportunities, there are a million activities in Virginia to attract veterans. There are also community service activities going on, and no matter where you are in the state, you're never too far from the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains or the Eastern Shore and the wide range of Virginia beaches. The Commonwealth of Virginia is on a mission to be the best state in the nation for veterans to work and live. So watch and learn how Virginia values veterans.
As a veteran, I can't imagine living anywhere else. Our governor and the Commonwealth of Virginia is absolutely committed to providing a great quality of life for its veterans.
Having that executive level leadership from the Commonwealth really says a lot about how we as a Commonwealth feel about the military population.
Governor McAuliffe was a man of his word to you, to our fellow citizens, and to the second largest active duty population in the country who are serving here in Virginia today. And he said it, and he meant it. He has acted on it with our budget, which has resulted in events like these taking place all around the state. He has acted on it with our Department of Veteran Services to better serve the fastest growing veterans population in the nation here in Virginia. He's done it with legislation, and he wants to bring the talent, the knowledge, the skills, and the abilities that you represent back into Virginia, into this workforce, and give you the opportunities that you will run with. And I'm very proud to be able to stand here today and introduce to you a man who has made a difference like no other governor in the history of this Commonwealth, who has made the difference for you.
Virginia's Governor Terry McAuliffe is committed to helping veterans and including them as an integral part of the new Virginia economy. He expanded the Virginia Values Veterans Initiative, which encourages employers to recruit, hire, train, and retrain members of the military community. We are pleased to welcome Governor McAuliffe to Hiring America. Thanks for being here.
Honored to be with you. Thank you for having me.
You were born and raised in New York. What is it about Virginia that made you decide, I want to call this state home?
Virginia has it all. Very low taxes, very business friendly, best education system in the United States of America. The military is so important to Virginia. The Pentagon, CIA is in Virginia, largest naval base, Oceana, Langley, Quantico. And that's why I love our veterans, because I'm constantly traveling the globe to bring businesses back to Virginia. I have shattered all economic development records, over $14 billion since I've been governor of new business coming to Virginia. But my biggest selling point is that when you come and move to Virginia from around the globe, I can get a veteran to work for you. And most employers, if they had their preference, would love to have a veteran as an employee because of all the great knowledge and skill sets that a veteran has. So I have an advantage over a lot of other states, and we have 800,000 veterans out of a population of 8.5 million. Fastest growing veteran population in America, the most female veteran population, the most veterans under the age of 25 than any state in the United States of America.
For you as governor, it's not just about the veterans in the state, it's about all residents. And I know you've made it a priority to ensure that veterans who live and work here can positively impact the economy for everyone here in Virginia. How are you doing that?
What you're seeing today in the economy, let's just take Virginia. Over the course of the next 10 years, we'll probably have 1 million Virginians retire. That's about 25% of our workforce. We'll create about 500,000 new jobs. About 1.5 million of those new jobs, about 60% of those will require less than a 4-year degree. 2-year degree, industry credential. It's a new economy based on technology. I tell every veteran, go take a couple code writing courses, take a cyber course if you could, some data analytics. I have right now in Virginia 17,000 jobs open today, starting pay $88,000 in cybersecurity. We have 567 cyber companies in Virginia. We're leading the nation. So if you want to get a code writing degree and some computer science, I can hire you. And that's what we're working with our veterans. And when they transition out at a couple of our community colleges, they have a specific program for veterans on code writing. We can move you right through that, and I can move you right into a job. So I'm telling every veteran, you want a great quality of life, great education system for your family. You've got mountains, you've got 28 miles of beachfront in Virginia Beach. We've got close to 286 wineries. We've got 166 craft breweries, 46 distilleries, 10 cideries, 8 varieties of oysters. We have it all here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. We'd love you to come to Virginia, and I can get you a job, a high-paying job, and a great quality of life for your family.
You travel the world trying to recruit businesses to come to Virginia. What does that entail?
I travel constantly because 95% of the world's customers live outside the United States of America. Think of that, 95%. So if I'm trying to sell, I mean, we're a big ag state with soybean and cattle and poultry and wine and soybeans and peanuts. So a lot of it's ag exporting. In addition, I go out to recruit businesses to come in. 2 years ago, the largest deal ever done by a Chinese company into America, into a greenfield, we won that in Virginia. $2 billion, 2,000 new jobs. You're out there, you're putting it out, putting the pitch out, people enjoy it. But remember, Virginia also has assets many states don't have. I've got the deepest port on the East Coast. We've got the largest naval base in Virginia, down in Norfolk. Newport News Shipyard, as you know, builds every aircraft carrier ever used by the United States Navy. That's all here in Virginia. Nobody else can say that.
So your message to veterans watching today is come to Virginia to live and work?
Virginia's for lovers. Come to Virginia. Got great jobs for you. I got a great education system. I got a quality of life that is second to none. I've got the mountains, the Appalachian Mountains, the Blue Ridge Trail. I've got all the history. Where else can you go? Where you've got George Washington's home, Thomas Jefferson's home, the history around Richmond, Jamestown, where those 3 ships first came. Remember 1607, they didn't go to Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, Florida, Texas. No. They came here to Jamestown, Virginia, Williamsburg, Colonial. So the history, the heritage, the beauty, 28 miles of oceanfront on Virginia Beach. And we got so many veterans here. So, you know, I don't know why you would go anywhere else.
Governor, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you for your time here.
Virginia equals veterans. Veterans equal Virginia.
Coming up,
this is a very special mission for me, for the governor particularly, and the passion is there because of the joy that I get from the call from the veteran that says, you know what, I just landed the job and V3 helped me get there.
this week, Hiring America and Virginia Values Veterans honors Prism, a proud V3 certified company that increases employment opportunities for veterans.
Back in 1992, I was a freshman in college, but that was the year my own father retired from the military. John Newby, retired E9, Sergeant Major from the U.S. Army, retired at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And I saw this man who I admired, this man who every weekend I would shine his boots. Yeah, military brats know what I'm talking about, right? Iron his uniform, get him ready to go. Seriously, that was my chore. But it wasn't a chore, it was an honor. And I did that for all my 18 years when I was at home. But I saw this man, and it took him the better part of 2 years to find employment. 2 years. And that stuck with me, and it still sticks with me. And that's why I'm so motivated to do something like this and to work with V3, to work with our employers, to make sure every veteran, every soon-to-be veteran, every transitioning service member, and every veteran who's looking for employment finds employment.
John Newby is the Commissioner of the Virginia Department of Veterans Services. In his role, he helps with the oversight of all veteran-related issues in Virginia. Commissioner Newby is also an Air Force veteran, and he joins us now in Richmond. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Tell us about your role as commissioner.
So as Commissioner of the Virginia Department of Veteran Services, I and my team were responsible for providing service to all Virginia veterans, and indeed veterans across the nation if they end up here in Virginia. We have a menu of services, one of which is our V3 program, Virginia Values Veterans, that concentrates on helping employers understand how to recruit, train, retain veterans. But most importantly, what we try to do is concentrate on the new generation of veterans who are looking for opportunities as they transition out of the military.
The administration has made it a priority to hire veterans here in this state. How has that benefited all residents here?
The governor is trying to set up what he calls the new Virginia economy, and that is not only appreciating and being thankful for DoD dollars that are spent here in Virginia, but diversifying the kind of industries that are here in Virginia. In order to do that, you need to find an employee base of individuals who are flexible, able to act quickly, think, react quickly. And what better base of employees can you have than veterans who have done that for their entire careers? That's what the governor is trying to target here in Virginia, to stimulate the Virginia economy and improve the lives of not just the veterans and their families, but the communities, not just from an economic standpoint, but from a community standpoint.
Virginia considers itself the #1 state for hiring veterans. What do you think Virginia is doing that other states aren't
Well,
doing?
we've taken a lead, and again, I keep mentioning the Virginia Values Veterans Program. We're the first in the nation to establish this. So Virginia Values Veterans concentrates not necessarily on the employee or the potential employee, but it concentrates on the employer. There are many programs who focus on getting veterans, sitting them down, explaining how to write a resume, explain to veterans what the employers are thinking. There were not at the time very many programs that explained to employers what they could get from veterans. So Virginia is different in that we were the first state in the nation to establish this program that focuses on employers, with the end result hopefully being the employment of veterans. It's kind of a different way of thinking, but we found it to be very successful here in Virginia.
Are more and more employers catching on and saying, hey, I want to be a part of this?
The V3 program has been around for nearly 3 years now, and through rapid growth, we have over 700 corporate partners from big, medium, small companies. And more are coming every single day. And more importantly, as a requirement for being a V3 member, you as an employer have to pledge a certain number of veteran hires. The employers are not only coming to us to understand how to find these veterans, but they're putting their stamp on this by saying we will pledge to hire X number of veterans in the next year, and every year thereafter to recertify and repledge either the same number or a higher number of veterans. So this is a great team effort, and we're really excited to be executing it here in Virginia. It's a unique program, and we're looking to grow it even more.
We joined V3 actually as Midwest FACA back in 2012, being a Virginia-based organization, and it was a unique opportunity to really ready ourselves for a big transitioning veteran population in the state. So we saw this as a unique opportunity for an additional talent pipeline.
V3 is such a great partner in helping us to connect with the veterans throughout Virginia. We have 10 stores throughout the state that we're consistently looking for high quality talent, and we find that in all of our military folks that we interact with.
What is the V3 employment grant?
If you're a small company defined as 300 employees or less, and you hire what is generally termed a newly transitioned service member, someone who's been out of the military no more than about 5 years or so, and you hire that person and keep them employed for at least a year, you can apply to the state for a grant, $1,000 per veteran employed in such circumstances, up to a total of $10,000, 10 employees, if you will. We do this as just a small incentive, which if you talk to the employers themselves, it's actually quite a substantial incentive, especially as they're hiring 1, 2, 5, 10 employees, and not just reaping the benefits from the grant, but obviously reaping the benefits of having that veteran on their staff.
We'll be back with more of Hiring America in a moment.
Veterans, come to Virginia. In the Commonwealth of Virginia, we care about you, your families, your opportunities for your future. We're set up to make those opportunities come true for you in education, in healthcare, and in employment. We want you here to be part of the Virginia workforce. We need you in that Virginia workforce because we're building a future, and we want you to be part of it. So veterans, come to Virginia. This is where you'll find a home. This is where you'll find a future.
The V3 program helps employers to understand exactly how valuable military men and women can be to their civilian organization. We train them on how to understand what a veteran is, how they can bring them into their workforce and make them a profitable asset in their organization.
You know, I wish I had a program like the Virginia Values Veterans Program when I was coming out of the military. I think the opportunities would have been even greater. Now, no other state has what we do, and we have companies that have moved beyond yellow ribbons and American flags and really developed programs internally for robust talent acquisition within their organizations.
Dominion is a company that really looks at our veterans as a great fit for the company. Core values and ethics mirror Dominion's core values and ethics. At Dominion, 1 in every 5 new hires is a veteran.
Veterans are probably one of the more disciplined, well-trained candidate pools that we can come across, obviously, as we search for talent. It's a lot of consistency in the way they're oriented. Obviously, you have a documentation of their performance and their experience.
Our culture is built around integrity and treating each other with respect. And those are highly transferable from the military. Respect, teamwork, pride, commitment, integrity first and foremost. And so those translate extremely well into our organization because our culture relies on those to deliver that customer service for each and every customer that we interact with on a daily basis across the country.
Today's V3 recruiting event has 12 V3 employers and about 100 veterans. What's the goal of today's event?
So the goal of today's event is exposure. Expose the employers to the veterans, expose the veterans to the employer. Today we have several tables arranged in a row. The veterans stay at each table. The employers get up every few minutes and rotate to a different table.
Employers, wrap up your conversations and make your way to the next table. Restaurant, table number 2. Handset, table number 3.
How's it going, guys? They sit down face to face with veterans. The employer tells the veteran what their company is looking for.
My name is David Woodhead, representing the West Rock, and the company essentially is in the pulp and paper industry.
The veteran in turn tries to convince the employer, I'm that kind of veteran that you need, or if I'm not that kind of veteran, I know a veteran who can be a good fit for you.
I've done logistics and supply chain management. I've worked at every level that you can think of, down from picking the boxes all the way up to the general staff level.
In that, I've also done gas-free engineering, training, recruiting, work center supervisor, and then outside of that, worked at the shipyard for a short period of time at nuclear overhaul.
This is a wonderful, wonderful thing. I really like the way I get to have personal time with these employers, and you know, it's not just a quick 30-second hi, I'm Rich, and here's my resume, and I hope I hear from you again. I sit down and make relationships with these people.
And so these employers, through the V3 program, again, they've made proactive commitments to recruit, hire, and retain veterans. This is an opportunity for them to find that talent they need and put them into their organizations.
Anyone who's looking for someone in supply chain or logistics, those are the ones I want to gravitate towards. So, you know, right off the top of my head, CarMax, it was great to talk with them, Capital One, Dominion Power, so they were all strong, you know, possibilities for me.
How did the recruitment event go for you today?
This was a fantastic event. V3 is such a great partner in helping us to connect with the veterans throughout Virginia. We have 10 stores throughout the state that we're consistently looking for high quality talent, and we find that in all of our military folks that we interact with.
Do you plan to hire any of the vets you met today?
We hope to. Yeah, we've got several opportunities in the Richmond area. We've got some key decision makers along with us today, so we hope that we'll engage in some meaningful dialogue and get people into the recruitment process.
We'll absolutely connect with those that are interested in the positions at CarMax. We talked about our home office careers, we talked about our store careers, and a lot of eyes lit up. They weren't aware of the whole range and breadth of careers that we have to offer them and their families.
We'll be back with more of Hiring America in a moment. Thanks for watching. The information we've just shared is all on our website, hiringamerica.net. Log on and find out about more companies who are hiring veterans And don't forget to connect with us on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, where you can find helpful tips and watch full episodes of the show. I'm Lauren Wanko in Richmond, Virginia. Join us again next week for another episode of Hiring America.
This program is made possible by the generous support of the following companies and the ongoing support of these companies. Promotional consideration provided by JetBlue, a proud employer of those who served.